We're going to check the AC designing how it was before. So here we press the toggle display, we've got all the display, and now we can use the help. We're choosing the contextual help, and then we can check every single part. Like here, the P means the durability of the AC. This is the total P value of all the parts together. Defense rating against kinetic damage. This is the total anti-kinetic defense value. Maybe kinetic damage is something that pulls you out or something like this, but it's not an energy damage because we have defense rating against energy damage, and we also have the defense rating against explosives and incendiary damage like bazooka or grenade launcher or something like this. Energy weapons are energy, but kinetic, it's the first time I hear about them. And then we have the attitude stability. It is the maximum load on the attitude control system can support. This is the total attitude stability value of all frame parts. The higher the bullet value, the less likely the AC is to stagger. So it's like a resistance to the stunning or something like this. Or height impact, I think. The ability of the AC's attitude recovery. So this is the stability and this is the recovery. So when you get stagger, I think this is the value. It indicates how much it takes you to recover from this. Larger overall weight increase of this value. So larger AC are more stable to this, leading to faster recovery from residual impact. Okay, something like this was implanted in later armored cores, but in the early armored cores this value didn't exist. Target tracking always existed. Target tracking performance during lock-on. I think this is the how fast it targets enemies. I think the higher this value, the more likely you are to run short some moving enemies. The higher the value, the firearm specialization specs of arms parts contributes to this value too. Yes, the FPC and the arms. Maximum speed during boosted movements. Higher booster thrust and lower overall weight of the AC contribute to this value. Maximum speed and lower overall weight. So the booster and the overall weight increase this value. This is the boost speed. I think it's a normal boost speed. Initial speed of quick boost. This is the initial speed. Higher quick boost drops and lower overall weight of the AC contributes to this value. So lightweight AC by itself boosts much quicker than the middle ones, like the one I've got right now. So if we need speed, we need to focus on the lightweight. If we need speed, but if we need armor, lightweight are becoming useless. Amount of energy consumed when using a quick boost is reduced when using boosters with a lower quick boost energy consumption spec and cores with a higher booster efficiency and mass adjustment spec. So it depends on boosters and cores. Reload time for the quick boost. This is also very important. Lower values enable agent consecutive quick boost usage. Reload time is compromised if the overall weight of the AC exceeds the booster QB reload ideal weight specs. Okay, total amount of energy available for use. Higher values enable heavy use of memory consumption actions, so we need to expand energy capacity to be able to equip greater equipments. Energy, I think, affects to many things, not only to the energy weapons. Rate at which energy is resupplied to the AC. Well, I didn't have a complaint with this. It resupplied very quickly. Higher values enable fast. If not, we wouldn't get the S ranks. Higher values and faster energy recovery improved by the energy output specs on the generator, influenced by the total energy load on the AC, with large assembly recover energy more quickly. Usually, in many armored cores, this value was the key to winning many battles, but in this game, standing on the floor, it recovers very quickly. I don't know why. Duration, the delay before energy is recharged, this is noticeable. The lower the value, the more quick energy recovers after an enemy consumption action. This happens very often. Improved by generator with a higher energy recharge spec and cores with a higher generator supply adjustment specs. The cores that supplies energy was implanted later in armored cores. This is a total which in early armored cores the total weight was designed by the legs exclusively, but now it seems, I don't know where it comes from, but there is a total weight which we cannot overpass. The sum of the weight from the middle parts, but which determines the weight. In the past it was by the legs. So here we've got the weight of the arms, but the arms also have the weight capacity for the weapons, and at the same time the overall weight it takes part from the arms and from the weapons. Total load, body load weight, calculated as total weight of all parts, excluding the legs units. Okay, so we've got the legs that have the value. So this is how I understand. This is the legs. I have the value of the load. This is 51,000, and maybe the legs, which is 4,000 more, making a total of 50,000. Now I get it. Energy load of the AC, calculated the sum of energy loads of all parts. The AC cannot sort if this value exceeds in the generation output. Energy output of the AC higher value means that the generation can support more high burden parts with the leftover output, improving energy recovery speed, improvement by generators with the higher energy output specs, cores with the high generator output adjustment specs. So there are 3 or 4 things to take in mind. The defense and the AP are the key to reduce damage taken if there is a mission where we have to hold a lot of battles and we need to be protective. AP and defenses are, and all these parts are very important to take in mind. Targeting shows you the capacity of targeting, something like this. Maybe it shows the speed reduction or the capacity of multi-lock. There are a lot of targeted tracking, a lot of FPS to use, so everyone have a different modes. I remember in other armor cores they all ACM protection, so if you are in an electromagnetic field you go inside there and you have protection from the FPS. This is all about the boost speed. It seems that it is related with lightweight board or heavyweight. Heavy boards will boost much lesser. So if you need speed, we need a lightweight, and if you need protection, you need a tank. This is for sure. And the target tackling is overall for any kind of AC. And here we have energy capacity, which means that this is the gauge, this is the real gauge. So the better capacity, we can use energy weapons and everything that is related to energy. Besides today we can jump a lot, these all things. This is also overall. I think there are tanks that use in heavy energy weapons, so having increased this capacity allows us to use bigger and greater weapons. This is a total weight of all parts, but I think the weight depends basically on legs, and you can never overweight your AC. So if you want to overweight your AC, you need tank legs, and with tank legs everything has to be within the limit, because if you overweight, your movement will be very reduced. I'm not going to test this because I have experience from all my armory core. They reduce you by 10, almost by 10. So you are unable to do almost anything in the battle. So let's see if I can paint something. How it's working, just to paint one part. And we've got an achievement, graphic designer, change the calibration of UIC, change the color to the blue or pink. Okay, this is the head, all units. Main, where we can paint individually, so we just paint something. We're not going to spend all the time painting, so we're going to save the edits. The decals I think are not available, we cannot build anything. This is like a symbol, something like this. Here we have an image editor. We're not going to paint anything or editing any kind of images. So what is next? The part shop. We're not going to buy anything. We're going to buy the most important. For me the most important was the boosters, for example. It's about to test them. The boosters can make a very great difference in battlefield. Let's buy it. Buy for 72,000. We have 1.2 million thanks to the S ranks. We're going to buy the booster. We're going to buy FFPC. It seems this FCS, it's called FCS. It has a better range assist, so we are going to buy this one. Why not? This is a generation are always great, but this one is a little overweight and it has less capacity, but the recharge speed is frenetically high. I'm going to buy it just to check and test if it is working great. So we bought everything. The LR unit has a lightsaber, but we don't have a lightsaber. I'm not going to retrieve it because we've got both S ranks with a lightsaber. It's not called lightsaber, it's called blade, and there are too many of them, but they are not for sale. Well, for example, this weapon has less rounds, but has a better attack power and better impact. But we can also buy a bazooka with a low quantity of ammunition. This deals a tremendous amount of damage, but we are lack of ammunition. So if you are going to play the mission to just to explore around, it's recommended to have both weapons. So maybe as we have a lot of money, we're going to buy the burst rifle, and we're also going to buy the bazooka for the exploration methods. We're buying the bazooka, which we're buying. Bazooka, yes, bazooka wastes a lot of money as well. So we have the missile launcher. This one is a little greater, but just it's a little greater, it doesn't concern me. Here we have more missiles which we can equip to waste more ammunition, but we could use also the pull shield just to test it later. It gives you protection. We've got 800,000 remaining. So I haven't found the heads spectacular because I don't know how much weight we can handle. This one gives more AP, more stability, but it's not giving more defense. Okay, the heads I'm not giving defense at all, it depends on the AC. This one is variable. So let's check the legs first before buying something else. Which kind of legs we've got? Load limit of these legs is expanded from 51 to 60. This is medium weight, the most used ones. We can also use bipedal. Bipedal are good for jumping vertically, and this one, the middle wedge, are not used for these purposes. So this is more for jumping abilities. and this one is another bipedal and another bipedal. So between all of them, maybe the best ones are this one, but they're bipedal, so I don't know. Just for testing, maybe we could buy this one just for testing. And then between all the arms we're going to buy something heavier to resist more damage. Anyway, if I find the boat very slow, I'm going to change for the previous parts or buy lightweight parts. So I'm going to buy this one for now. I expect to earn more money later and test with the lightweight as well. For now we're buying the fence up. Okay, more EP. This is like heavyweight. How much weight I'm gaining? 20,000. This is 50,000. It's very hard decision to make because you never know which we can buy. Okay, this increase AP a little bit, so we're going to buy this one, and the core requires experiment. I'm going to leave it there just in case I need to make other builds. So I'm going to build a part. I'm not going to change anything now. I'm going to make another mission like it is, and when I've got the AC designed, I'm going to show. I'm going to play another training mission. This one is called Beginner Training 2 Combat Fundamentals Complete Program. This VR simulator for basic mercenary training is provided by All Might Pilot, a training craft to learn the basic combat training subjects: change attack, ACS train stagger, direct hits, ACS accumulative strain, surprise attacks, shield defense, attack indicators, initial guard, assault boost attacks. There are too many training out here, so it will take a lot of time. Charge attacks. Some weapons are capable of charge attacks, which exhibit different properties and behavior compared to regular attacks. Use ranged weapon, hold right hand weapon charge attack. You charge to cancel charge. I never test this. Let's see it. So this is like a laser. I think we changed the or not. No, this is a different AC. This is a very different AC. ACS train stagger. The ACS attitude control system of a craft can be compromised by accumulated strain from the impact or repeated attacks. ACS overall results in a vulnerable state called stagger, during which time the affected craft will be immobilized and susceptible to critical damage. Right hand weapon charge attack. Use left hand weapon. Direct hits. During stagger, all incoming attacks are treated as direct hits and deal much more damage. Use right hand weapon, use left hand weapons, use right hand shoulder. So it's staggering, like this happens to me in the previous mission. So while it's staggering, we can deal more damage to him. The same happens when we use the blade, isn't it? But when we use the blade, it destroys immediately. So it's staggered right now, and we only more time to deploy more weapons on him. This is practice. ACS accumulative strain. ACS strain inflicted on enemies resets after a brief interval, but a portion of that strain will remain. Weapons vary in the amount of cumulative strain they inflict, but explosive impact is generally leaving the most ACS strain. Use a shoulder weapon. Surprise attack. Attacks on enemies that are unaware of your presence will inflict greater ACS strain than usual. Use right hand weapon charge attack, use right shoulder weapon, which multi-lock attackers try to use the multi-lock. Well, they are aware. Can I make them unaware? No, I cannot make them unaware. I got too close to him. Now, who is this staggered? Now it's me. This is like a shockwave. Now everybody is aware now. But how can we fire without them being aware? They're always aware of our presence because we need a longer range. Shield defense. Shields equipped to the left shoulder can be deployed with just bought one to reduce incoming damage and AC strain. Hold Q, use a shoulder weapon. We need to hold Q, which we've just bought. It just, I don't know. I don't like it because you have to hold. But it will be useful just to approach a very heavy target or something like this. Attack indicators initial guard. Shield output is maximized for 1 or 2 seconds after deployment. Blocking during the initial guard window can help to minimize incoming damage and ACA strain. Hold the Q in response to warning initial guard. Don't give me time. Fire. Go. Wow. You destroyed my shield. He destroyed my shield. I can't believe it. How you could destroy my shield? How? How can I know how much of the shield is left? Okay, it's not responding. He destroyed my shield again. Let's go behind this and play this out like I used to do. I think the energy is good for the artillery. Assault boost attacks. During assault boost rush attacks, small arms that can be used during movement will inflict greater impact The impact you receive will be reduced. Assault boost attacks. Assault boost with control, right and left weapon. Let's test with the right weapon. Let's see how it works. It doesn't work. It has to be with a blade. Now we're working very well. So the blade is equipped on the right hand, I think. For this. This is very good movement. We should use it a lot during S ranks. We've got another part, Curtis. Who are you, Curtis? Some laser blade or something like this? Let's assemble it very quickly. What we got here? This rifle, hardware engineer, another achievement, assemble an AC. We're going to equip here pulse blade. We're going to equip the bazooka. We're going to explore in this mission, so it doesn't matter what we're going to do. We're going to equip this body part. Let's see if the weight is grit. Okay. Still not overweight. Better booster. This is beta booster. This is a new FCS. This is a new generator. And this is nothing. So we're missing the current load. Still, I don't know how much we can load, but we make a quick assemble just to start the next mission. So we're going to start any next mission. This is a replay. This is the mission I've done. Okay, the other mission I think is gone. It's the mission it was here before. If it is the same mission, great. We are still in the chapter 1. It's called Grid 135 Cleanup. Southern Values, Grid 135 to eliminate enemy squads for 68,000. Mop up Datheng. Empty squads are deployed in Grid 155. Let's start the mission. We're going to destroy everyone.
Got a job for you, 621. It's an open call from the Arquebus Group, one of the extraplanetary corporate forces.
To all independent mercenaries, this request comes from Schneider of the Arquebus Group. The operation will take place in Grid 135, Southern Belius. Your objective is to destroy an MT squad sent by Dafeng, a Balaam company, and a competitor. Grid 135 is a key foothold in Arquebus's efforts to conduct a coral survey in the contaminated city. You, the independent mercenaries, are the key to maintaining our lead in the coral survey race. The Arquebus Group looks forward to news of your success. Briefing over, and happy hunting.
Okay, we're in launch right now.
You've got ID. Now you need a rep. Get their attention, 621.
Main system activating combat mode.
Commence mission. Wipe out the Dafeng
10,000,
squad.
8,000, 10,000 AP. Great. We're located on the same mission as before. I remember this part. Well, we will launch in this part. This was the same as the first mission here. Now I've got two weapons, bazooka and a rifle. Let's show you who are
The
you.
Archibus group hired some muscle.
Enjoy my bazooka.
An independent mercenary, huh?
This is like a personally for years.
Intercepting!
The mission
Just
becomes a
ask the
little
dudes to
easier.
tease. Wipe them out, 621.
Scanning, scanning. Nothing. I don't need a blade, I've got the bazooka. I always love the bazooka in all armory cores. I've got too many slants where they're noisy for usual and common enemies. This is the greatest weapon.
Focus your fire!
I barely can see who is behind the reticle. Let's get closer. I shoot him from afar. Who are you?
That merc turned through us!
Squad member.
Damn it! Archibus really scored this time.
They barely damaged me. So with the new core we will become like more resilient to their hits. So this build is more for war. Maybe it's not the build for the speed, but it's about testing. But at least I can resist very heavy damage. So there we have the targets. We've got another targets here. So the targets are the helicopters. The energy is wasted very quickly. So in energy output we
621, wait.
haven't
I'm picking up new
improved a
enemy
lot.
signatures. Looks like reinforcements. Eliminate them.
It's very risky to maneuver with this robot over distances. But at least we have damage and resistance. You can't roll over my EP, I can't believe it. Come on, target. Get closer. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Great. How quickly energy is getting away. So what are we going to do now? Annihilate the defending MT squad. Let's jump quickly before energy is depleted. I'm here. I see helicopters. Flying helicopters come after me. Okay, they have the shield, so we're going to use bazooka. Bazooka should be very good against shield too. But at least we have to shoot it twice. They're resisting very well with the shields.
50%.
Well, one is down. Let's charge the right weapon. Okay, the right weapon is 3 bursts when it's charged. And 1 shot if it's not charged.
The enemy MT squad has been eliminated.
Good.
That's it for this job, 621. Return to base.
Come on, I even haven't used a health kit. That was a nice mission. But with the good expenses as well. And there is no ranking. I don't know why. I don't have ranking. So what is the lowest ranking? The lowest ranking was E. A, B, C, D, E. And I've got nothing. Maybe for the first time we played the mission, we didn't even have died. I don't understand why there is no rank in the end of the mission the first time. So let's see the notifications. We have a new message.
Registration number RB23. Call sign, Raven. Your records have been updated. You have also been granted access to participate in the log hunt program. We kindly request that you submit combat logs after destroying designated craft. All Mind will reward you with parts based on the number of submissions you provide.
Access granted. Log hunt. You have been invited to join Log Hunt and All Mind's mercenary support programs. Discover and destroy targets marked with the Log Hunt target icon to obtain combat logs for submission. Collect combat logs and improve your hunter class to receive rewards part from All Mind. So what do I have to do now? Repeat all the missions or where we get these logs? So we have just finished the mission. We're going to cut down here.